to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started.
Set to kick this one away.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone and he's knocked down at the 10.
First and 10.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions.
On set. Ready, go.
Wants to throw on first down. It's complete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense.
Ready.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Guided out of bounds. Mark him down at the 14.
Ruled out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Brings up second down.
Operating in the red zone here on second down.
Form.
Rides to the back. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
They are in danger of squandering this great field position unless they can convert this 3rd and 5. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got him. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the grab on the left. He'll be brought down at the 12-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down, and let's see if they try to convert on 4th.
This is kind of like Vegas and gambling. You got a big completion there on 3rd down. You've set up 4th. You could take the field goal and take the easy money, but you might decide to roll the dice here, stay on the field, and go for it on 4th down, hoping to get a touchdown.
Good, right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback.
Take over. 1st and 10.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Going right to work up top. He's going for a big play downfield. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work.
4 face paint. 4 face paint. Here we go.
Here's the handoff. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Ready.
The offense changing the play. Back to pass. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And nobody responsible for picking up the free safety because, David, frankly, I don't believe they thought he was coming.
No, and whose responsibility is that? The quarterback. If I see the free safety blitzing, I'm throwing the ball deep to somebody to make a play because he can't cover deep anymore, so put that in your back pocket. They want to bring that safety blitz. I'm going to make them pay, and I'm going to throw the ball deep.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
To the line. Direction.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He wants to go deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Offense in a bunch formation.
22, water.
To the air, it's Hawkins. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the Canes will call on their punt team. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds.
Showtime, baby.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Still on his feet at the 40. Wide open spaces. Inside. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country. Per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
1st and 10.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Rides to back on the option, the give. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6.
Get set, get set. Tune up. Go real up.
Looking for a man. It's Roy. Unloads it left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Third
Well, even
down,
though that was an
9.
incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
29 Philly.
Give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Tuna. Lion. Hornet.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. There he goes. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now, first and goal.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish.
Base 27 jump to the line. Okay, ready? Canopy. Ready?
The snap sets up to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
On the play.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle.
Ready?
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone.
Gaucho. Set. Ready. Go.
Looking to throw, it's Roy. He's got it on the run. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
It's now third and goal.
Dino. Terrier. Timber. Dino. Pilot. Terrier. Hawk. Gorilla. Logger. Acorn. Go.
Wants to throw for it on third and goal. Under fire. Quarterback tried to do it himself, but he will not get there. It'll be fourth down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. This is now a 7-point game.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Man, that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Quarterback may change this route. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
To the air on second down. He's going to let it go. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18.
Lasso! Arrow! Squirrel! Squirrel!
Looking to pass. It's Roy. Shoots it to the left. He just missed the target on that one. Gotta put it on his body.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Cooler! Ready, go!
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
And the Canes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
Down!
They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Miami. Number 2.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Number 19.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Gives it on the option. It's a fumble. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the Dogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw for it. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. When you face a blitz on 3rd and 1, there's a chance for a big play, but they didn't get rid of the football.
No, and you blitz because you're thinking, I got to stop the run. I got to make sure they don't get 1 yard, and the offense tries to sneak it in there, be a little bit tricky. The defense has none of it and gets a huge stop on 3rd down.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what the...
Turning it on. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Number 25.
You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Georgia, 17. Miami, 10.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, take a knee, no, yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking it out of the end zone, making a huge play.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Clark. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. A run for the quarterback. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though.
There he goes. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Right back to the well. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
He's tackled.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Kill.
To the ground with the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
2nd down coming up.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up, David.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
Timeout.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The sure hands, it's Clark. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. And the Bulldogs didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field.
6 propane! 6 propane! Set, ready! On.
With the run on first and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Brings up second.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6.
Football 7! Football 7! Come on, set! Set on!
Looks as if he's going to run it. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Will take over. First and 10.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half.
Fly, trumpet!
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half.
That's the end.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Miami 17.
And the Hurricanes will kick it off to start the second half.
Advance on the football.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So David
Breaks into the open. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
The give to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
On the play.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
The Bulldogs come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here.
Ready! Got it!
Quarterback adjusting the pattern.
Ready, go!
Shotgun snap on third down. It's complete on the right side. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs.
Trick 9, beat! Trick 9! Hey, flyer!
Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
Dip 3 soda! Dip 3 soda! Snare! Charcoal.
Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Man, I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. The Dogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field.
Burger. Flag.
Goes to the option. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Indiana is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 21 over Missouri. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense.
To the line. Set up.
Second down, he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Goes out of bounds at the 13. Man, is this offense set up now?
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense. And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
These 3rd downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this 3rd down.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Pocket breaking down. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12.
Ready up.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. He's got it. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Quarterback keeper. Touchdown, Canes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 8.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Timeout call by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
Military stun.
Leaves it with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Quarterback making checks. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out 1st downs on a penalty. They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got his man to the left. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a 1st down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Set hut. 221 wing. 221 wing. Hut go.
Power football with the run. Oh, better look out. Gets it past the marker. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
What a big-time run for this offense, a physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
And the Dogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. 1 more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line.
Base. 27. Jump. Ready, go.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th.
Miami, 24.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. And the returner will be dragged down.
And the Miami offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. He's forced out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense will take it as a sack.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Back to throw, it's Roy. Under fire. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20.
Come on, set. Set hut.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Soft spot in the middle. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming.
Black 24. Terrier. Timber. Pilot.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Wants to throw again. Rushes on him. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it along the sideline. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. The Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Yankee blue. Arrow. Tuna. Go. Gorilla. Hawk. Pilot.
Scanning the field, it's Roy. Oh, they're after him. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
Squirrel. Slab. Gaucho. Squirrel. Griffin. Hornet. Ready.
Looking to fire. Moving out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
Okay,
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10.
Tuna. Ready.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's moving out of the pocket. Trying to find his man in the middle. And they almost came up with that pick in the end zone. What a stop that would have been.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Moose.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. He's got it and more than enough for a 1st down. And he's finally ushered out of bounds, but not before. He makes a good gain.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
To the air, it's Roy. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Miami!
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
Ready to try the point after.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Nebraska is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Tom Osborne, this has not been a blowout today in Lincoln. They're up by 7 over Alabama. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer.
Fly trumpet! Fly trumpet!
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
You want to end a play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating in the backfield and making something happen.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working on the right. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5.
And offenses practice the situation. This is 4-minute offense. You've got the lead late in the game. You're trying to bleed the clock and just get first downs. They do that. They stay in bounds, and the clock keeps ticking.
414 satellite! 414 satellite! Here we go! Here we go!
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
And he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
1st and 10.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a 1st down at the 38.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Little over anxious out of the stance early, and it's a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After this, it'll be a wrap. Wants to fire on second down. Bringing the heat. Fires on the move. Got him downfield. Ball is loose. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry.